Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? We're here to talk Captain America New World Order and some people going around on the web talking about Avatar The Way of Water is racist. And there's a what's that word? Cultural appropriation going on, as they call it, with Avatar The Way of Water. All right, first things first, let's get into Captain America New World Order. Kind of just going to breeze through these topics and get them over with because I want to get me some rest. Just got off of work, tired. But let's go ahead and get into these topics now. I don't need to share audio. Okay. Captain America 4's key Wolverine connection revealed by a new rumor. A new report revealed a critical connection between Captain America 4 and the iconic Marvel mutant Wolverine. As fans eagerly await the introduction of the MCU's take on the X-Men, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige and company seem to be slowly sprinkling X-Gene-centric breadcrumbs throughout their superpowered universe. So the X-Men's origin, the mutant origin, is going to be done very differently from the comics, so don't expect no comic accurate X-Men stuff going on, guys. Like, not even close to accurate. They're going to do a very modern day take on these X-Men characters. Some characters are going to be younger than they are. Wolverine, he may not be, because Wolverine in the comics, he was born in like the late 1800s and stuff. So, I guarantee we're not going to get no Wolverine that's in his like late 1800s. Probably going to be young, new and fresh, going to have his healing factor and stuff so he can live on for a very long time in the MCU, but I don't think a lot of these characters are going to get more modern day origins, which is expected due to the setting of the current MCU. And also, they can't use these characters until like 2025. But the seeds of the mutants are being planted. X-Men is the seeds being planted. We saw them try to. They're trying to tell us Kamala Khan is a mutant, which she's supposed to be inhuman, but whatever. Now she's a mutant. They're setting up the seeds, but honestly, the only logical way I can see you introducing mutants is if you just do the multiverse and you literally combine two universes into one or multiple universes and it becomes one big new universe. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, the one thing you can't do, you could do it, but it won't make sense, is if you say, oh, the mutants been here the whole time. Like, nah, the mutants haven't been here this whole time because the mutant gene has existed since the ancient times, like Apocalypse. He's one of the earliest mutants and he's been here since ancient times. So you can't just say the mutants been here because that's not going to make sense. Is going to create so many holes and stuff that you need to fill, and it's better to just do it the multiverse way and just bring in mutants from a different world, bring them over here, and somehow through this weird universe meshing and combining, the mutant gene just becomes normal in the world. And some people start to get it, some people already have it, and it just starts to fester and spread. It's really not that hard if you do it that way. If you try to do it the way where you say, hey, mutants been here the whole time, people are going to ask a lot of questions, and you as a writer is going to have to answer a lot of questions that you don't want to answer. Yo, what up, bro? If the rumors are true about how New World Order, Nate Moore was not lying when he said we are going to test Sam. Yep. He wasn't lying. He's like, he said, oh, we about to test this nigga. We about to put this nigga to work. He thinks he earned it. Nope. We're gonna make him work some more. Right now, it seems the actual X-Men reboot is still years off, as a contractual situation with the original Fox stuff will reportedly be in effect until 2025. But that won't stop them from setting up the mutant emergence in the MCU. And it turns out Captain America New World Order will be no stranger to these X-Men Easter eggs, as it seems to feature a pivotal tie to one of Marvel's most famous mutants. A Wolverine tie-in Captain America 4. Now, Wolverine is not going to show up, but the the reason they're saying there's a tie-in is because Tiamat, the giant celestial that is sticking out of Earth, and somehow I don't know how Earth is not destroyed. He got a big ass hand that's sticking out of it. I mean, we seen through the flashback when they showed they showed the look. I'll just show it for y'all. When they literally showed us how a celestial opens up a fucking planet. Hold on, let me find it. Okay. So Tiamat, the celestial that what's up, Tony? The celestial that stuck out of that plant that's sticking out of Earth right now. Hold on. Where's the part when the fucking celestial wakes up? Nah, that's not it. There we go. Yeah. Look at that shit. That's just one fucking hand. And this nigga Tiamat's hand is fucking sticking out. And that shit's just poking out. I'm like, what the fuck? But hey, it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't think Chloe Zhao was paying attention when she put the scene in the movie and thought, yeah, I don't think his hand should be sticking out the planet because technically the planet would be destroyed. But whatever. A Wolverine tie-in in Captain America 4. If a new report is to believe, Captain America New World Order's plot will revolve and reintroduce an integral piece to Wolverine from the X-Men. According to noted insider Daniel Richmond, Captain America 4 is about an international conflict over a new metal called adamantium. The fictional metal may sound familiar to fans as in the comics, it is the element that coats Wolverine's bones and iconic claws. Yeah, I have a feeling that when we do see the X-Men, it's going to be through the multiverse, and they're going to get brought in through the multiverse. And I honestly think they're just introducing adamantium. I do not think we're going to see a Wolverine in this current state of the MCU until Secret Wars get introduced. I think they're just planting these seeds that really won't matter because you're going to introduce him through the multiverse anyways. That's what I think. I think I'm not saying all this is for nothing, but I feel like it could be for nothing because the X-Men are not here. You know, they're not here yet. And the only way I can see us getting them is through the multiverse. Because you cannot just say they've been here this whole fucking time and they're hiding or whatever. Because that's like thousands of mutants, billions of mutants across the world you need to account for. So yeah, I think they're setting up stuff. They're setting up adamantium, vibranium, all this stuff, but I don't think we're going to see no Weapon X program and stuff before we get the Secret Wars, where we are going to see the X-Men for sure in that film. We're going to see the Secret War, see the X-Men in Secret Wars. And see, William, I wouldn't even take that serious because She-Hulk don't that She-Hulk shit, I barely take any of that shit as canon because She-Hulk jumped out of her show and retconned so much shit from her show that happened. So half that shit didn't even happen. Honestly, that and I know in She-Hulk they're talking about the dude with the metal claws that was in the bar or whatever. Okay. if this is gonna be about them discovering vibranium, adamantium, then whoever this person is talking about with these metal claws and stuff, I mean, they're not here yet, because if Tiamat is who they're going to be getting adamantium from, I mean, that was just some Easter egg that was just literally just an Easter egg that really isn't true. You know, it's just an Easter egg. It's like just a reference, a mention that really doesn't mean much. Because like the X-Men are not here. The mutant gene is not here in the MCU yet. It's not here. So I'm not gonna say that that thing in She-Hulk was true, because I don't think it was true. I think it was just straight up an Easter egg. That was an Easter egg. Richmond reported that the metal will be discovered on Tiamat Island, the calcified celestial scene in the final act of 2021's Eternals. The island will be key to the plot of the film, with every country wanting a piece of that new metal. The news is also notable so as it will mark only the second time so far the MCU has addressed a frozen comic giant. The fossilized Colossus was mentioned briefly in She-Hulk Attorney at Law, appearing as an Easter egg on an in-universe online news outlet. However, this looks like it will be the first time it is relevant to the greater Marvel Studios canon since Eternals. What does adamantium mean for the MCU? For Marvel Comics fans, it's certainly exciting to know that adamantium is finally coming to the MCU, because the film rights for the X-Men and adamantium were tied up at Fox. Marvel Studios were unable to ever use the rare metal. This forced Hollywood giant to get creative with some of their on-screen stories, including making Captain America's shield out of vibranium instead of adamantium, like it is on the comic page. But the most famous use of the iconic and rare mineral is coating Wolverine's bones and extending claws during the character's origin story. He is experimented upon as part of the Weapon X program. These painful operations leave the character with the metal infused as a part of his body, make him nearly unbreakable. While it is unlikely but not impossible that Wolverine himself will appear in the upcoming Captain America sequel, he will not at all. It could be the first step towards the character's long-awaited introduction. Plus, his adamantium introduction could also play into the next generation of the Captain America character. Perhaps now that Sam Wilson has taken over the mantle, he may finally get an adamantium shield just like Cap does in the comics. I mean, I don't think it matters if his shield is made out of vibranium or adamantium. Both them shits is fucking bulletproof. So, don't really matter. SJ, do you think James Gunn going to be the next Kevin Feige or not? But do you think that Patty Jenkins should be the president? Nah. Patty Jenkins, I don't think she should be the president of DC anything. I'm totally down with her filming stuff for DC, but president, I mean, you know, she only directed like 3 movies, three to 4 movies. I mean, her resume isn't that big for me to say she can get this and get that, you know. But I'll be down with her directing something in DC under James Gunn. I want to see the anti-mutant propaganda of the X-Men get formed before the X-Men get formed. Yeah, that's right. After you guys, the X-Men is a complicated thing to do, because since Marvel didn't have the rights for so long, this MCU, you know, they couldn't really, like, the mutants, they don't exist. Yeah, you can say Wanda's a mutant. You can say Quicksilver was a mutant. They call it the miracles. The mutant gene doesn't exist, because the mutant gene doesn't just affect the X-Men. The mutant gene literally affects the whole damn world. The mutant gene been existing in the comics since ancient times. It's always been there. The mutant gene is not here. So, like I say, after Secret Wars, whenever they do their universal meshing of the worlds and taking all these different characters and finally putting them together in one, that's the only way I can see us finally getting mutants officially, to make it make sense, to where you could say, okay, the mutants always been here in this universe, but now that they have combined in one, like, it's going to be complicated, because what I would hope that they would do, they would take just multiple universes, combine them into one. Their histories intertwine, everything meshes, the biology of their worlds just combine all in one to where it works. You know, if any of y'all played the Witcher games or read the Witcher lore, there's a thing called the convergence of spirits, and that's basically planets coming together and combining in a sense. So things from another planet are now on this planet here. They're all together, but they're able to coexist through the planets forming, the biology of them, and all that just coming together and working. Like they literally just come together. That's the only way I can see this working out. It's the only way. But hey, I do hope after Secret Wars, whenever we do officially get the X-Men, they do focus on the anti-mutant propaganda. So you get a team like the X-Men to form to show the good that mutants can do. To be that positive light for mutants and stuff. And the Brotherhood of Mutants is always going to be the and the Brother of Mutants will always just be those evil, the radical mutants that the world is going to keep looking at and saying, "Oh, all you radical mutants are basically the whole of the population," and they're going to be so biased against them that they're going to use it. They're going to use the Brotherhood of Mutants to justify their hatred, saying all mutants are just like the Brotherhood of Mutants. No, not all mutants are the same. All mutants are different. We're all not the same. They about to have Sam Wilson, no power, having us fight 5 villains. Yeah, so I've been trying to look for that tweet, but the other rumor going around, and I'm glad bro mentioned this, is that Sam is supposedly trying to set up the Avengers in this movie. Thunderbolt Ross is president, and they continue this old ass fucking irrelevant ass character, Thunderbolt Ross, and they don't continue T'Challa, these motherfuckers. But whatever. Thunderbolt Ross is supposedly a president now in this movie. He's now president. Like, how does man jump from president? This man been doing so much shit off screen. Now he president. He's supposedly president of the United States of America. What the fuck? And there's supposed to be multiple villains up in here. Mind you, this is a lot. I hope this rumors about Sam trying to set up the Avengers in this movie isn't true, because that means you're gonna have those characters showing up, whichever Avengers team he's trying to set up for Kang Dynasty and stuff. I don't want his movie to be crowded. I want Sam Wilson Falcon. I almost caught myself. I want Sam Wilson Falcon to have his movie. I want this to be his movie. I want this movie to be self-contained while still, setting up bigger things for the universe, but being self-contained to where, just because another hero shows up, they're not here to take up his story. Black Widow, she was in Captain America Winter Soldier, but she did not overtake Steve's presence on the screen. She didn't take up screen time. Steve had his screen time. Yes, Sam will probably get his screen time, but mind you, if you're trying to do all this stuff in one movie, especially Sam Wilson's movie, you kind of overcrowding it. And I don't want this movie to be overcrowded. Like, this is not an Avengers movie. It's a Captain America movie. I don't want it to be crowded. But, hey, this is where we're at with a lot of these cinematic universe movies. They're going to get overcrowded to a point. But I hope most of these rumors aren't true. That it's not going to be Sam trying to set up the Avengers, all that stuff. Because you can do that literally in the Avengers movie. Sam trying to set up the Avengers in the Avengers movie. Because Avengers Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars take place in the same phase, meaning it's like a part 1, part 2 in a sense. So Kang Dynasty seems like it's going to be, Sam trying to, could be Sam setting up the team. They're not fully set up, but they'll be officially set to go in Avengers Secret Wars. That's why I would hope it would be, but it is what it is. This is how it gotta go. I don't want it to go this way, but if this is true, this is just how it gotta go. But yeah, guys, that's my opinions on Captain America New World Order. I'm still excited. I'm down to see this. Like I said, I like the Captain America related projects in the MCU, so I'm definitely going to check out Captain America New World Order. That is one of the things I am excited for in Phase 5. Captain America New World Order. I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Thought it was a really solid show. Does not get enough respect when it comes to the MCU shows. It actually gets dismissed a lot. But shouts out to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, it's true. He can't fight them villains on his own because that nigga can't fight for shit. So you're not wrong there. He cannot fight for shit. So I can see why he got these people here because he can't fight for nothing. But yeah, it sucks that he's such a weak ass fighter that he needs all this help. But damn, I just wish they made Sam a better fucking fighter, like a way better fighter. Because his shit about to get overcrowded, so he can have people on his team that can carry his slack. Because he's gonna be getting beat up. Now, let's get to Avatar: The Way of Water next. As you guys know, this is not no Avatar: Way of Water spoiler stream. This is just me talking about. Well, I am going to talk about some spoiler related stuff. And first things first, I did like the movie. I thought the movie was cool. I liked it. I liked it better than the first movie. The ending compared to the first movie was very much like, okay, what's the best way for me to say it? Avatar 1. Let's say if there wasn't a sequel for this, the ending of Avatar 1 is like, okay, just kind of an epic ending to a franchise where you don't really have to go nowhere from here. You can just end this here. You never have to make a sequel to this again. Avatar 2 very much has the ending where, okay, a sequel is coming for sure, regardless of anything. So, I like the movie. I thought the family dynamic was good. I really did like the world building of the movie. I like the new setting we was in. We're still on Pandora, but I like the new setting. We was in a new environment, which is what mainly was the water, the oceans, and they're Jake and his family. They are there for a reason, a noble reason, in my honest opinion. But also, it endangers other people with what they are doing. Now, I've seen some people going around saying Avatar: The Way of Water is racist, is cultural appropriation, mainly from the Native American community. Now, I'm part Native American, so I guess I can speak on this. I mean, I'm part Native American, so there's a lot of people saying it's cultural appropriation, that Avatar: The Way of Water is racist, blah 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 blah. Like today, last night, I saw this tweet, came by this tweet, and this dude right here, he's not the only one. I'm just using a prime example. Like, this is shit I'm talking about where I'm like, bruh, these people, these type of individuals suck out the fun of movies and fantasy in general with shit like this. People think I'm wild for calling out Avatar's digital blackface, but look at this, man. This is just egregious. Now, this is hey, when I saw this dude, y'all may not know who this fool is. Bruh. I was like, it's Lil Mosey. It's this nigga. That's him. That's not him, but nigga, that's him. That's the same nigga. But whatever. That's Lil Mosey. Lil Mosey is in the movie. That's not really him, but he looked like Lil Mosey. You guys, these people are fucking blue aliens with so this is the water tribe. And this is what I did like about the movie. These different tribes, mind you, this is the second tribe we're really seeing. So Jake is part of the forest tribe, the forest tribe. And the forest tribe, their body and their physiology is built to live in the forest and stuff. And these people, this character right here is from the tribes that stay in the ocean, and they literally have like fins and stuff. Their bodies is built to adapt in the water, so their biology is totally different from Jake's people, very different. And I like that. It's while they do have some similarities, they still are very much different from one another. And honestly, That's some solid world building, showing showing different type of people in this world. You know, all the Navi don't look like Jake or Natiri. Some of them look very different. You know, these Navi here have lighter blue skin compared to Jake and Natiri, and there are people who have darker blue skin. So, shouts out to them. But look, these people are fucking blue. These people are fucking blue. That is not a black kid. That's not a black kid. It's not a Native American kid. That's not a kid from the Maui tribe or whatever. It's a fucking blue cat person that has some similarities to people, and that's it. Because the thing about fiction and all this fictional shit, everyone takes inspiration from something. Everyone takes inspiration from something. Like shit, fucking Superman. Superman's costume is inspired by strong men. Black Panther, Wakanda is literally inspired by African culture. It's fictional African culture, but it's inspired by African culture. You know, all this shit is inspired by something in real life. Now, it depends how you portray it. For example, let's say if these was actual, let's say this was actual real Native American people or actual people, and these wasn't like some aliens or whatever taking inspiration from people from how we look on Earth, then that's a totally different story. But these are fucking blue cat people with long pointy ears, long fucking noses and shit, the big ass necks. These people are not real people. No, none of us look like this motherfucker right here. The only thing we have similar to him right now is hair. That's it. Some of us have the same hairstyle. That's about it. None of us have long fucking ears, blue skin, cat-like eyes and shit. Like none of us got this shit. People think I'm wild for calling out Avatar digital. Nigga, this ain't blackface. I'll show you guys what blackface is. My gosh. This is what blackface is. Just educate everybody on what blackface is. This is blackface. People literally putting on makeup and shit with the purpose of making fun of black people on purpose and doing extra bullshit like this. Like big ass red fucking lips, dark ass charcoal fucking skin. Now look, there is some black people that got some like dark ass fucking skin, but not many of us don't have dark ass skin like this. I've seen some Indian people, not Indians like Native Americans, Asian Indians that dark like this. But yeah, this is blackface. This right here is not blackface. It ain't. They don't look like Native Americans. They're a blue fucking cat people. Damn, like what the fuck is wrong? This is you have people now, you have two different types of people. You have people that don't care enough about race, and you have people that care too much about race, culture, skin, all that shit. Now, mind you, you can feel how you want to feel, but you know, I need people to start being balanced, right? More balanced in between this shit. You have people that care too much about it and they're too sensitive about it. You have people that's not sensitive enough and they really don't give a fuck. There's no people like balance. They just want to be so one-sided. And mind you, when you get people that care too much about race and shit, you get people like this talking about this is digital blackface. This is the closest person I found that looks like this person right here. That is it. That's the closest I can get. That's the closest I can get with someone who looks like this person right here. But even then, they still look very much different. Very different. He don't even got eyebrows. The motherfucker don't even got eyebrows. They're blue cat people. That's it. Now, if these was actual black people or Native American people, like people with real human features, not these alien features, different story. That's a totally different story. Totally different story. But no. These are not real people. They're aliens. the Cobra Kai kids whoops. And he'll get Tony, who's the Hawk's brother. Darren. It started with a D. Hawk's brother would beat up of Sam would beat Demetrius. Hawk's brother Demetrius would beat Sam's ass if he wanted to. What up, Yellow Spider guy? Blue Lives Matter. Hell yeah! Shouts to the Blue Lives. Where everyone we are referring to the Na'vi, the avatars. I don't understand our people sometimes. Yeah, like calling this digital black, like this is wild. Calling this digital blackface, like this is not even fucking blackface. This is blackface. This is blackface. This is not blackface. This person not even based off black culture in the movie, anyways. It's based off like Maori. Let's find the actual actor, anyways. Because I think the actor was Maori. What up, Chill and Anzo? Avatar Way of Water cast. And Diesel's part of the cast? What the fuck? I forgot the motherfucker's name anyways. But the person who's the actor who plays this character here, he's Maori. He's a Pacific. He's played by a Pacific Islander. So I mean, most of the sea people in this movie are basically inspired by Pacific Islanders and stuff. So I would even say it's blackface, anyways. I didn't see no hint of African culture in these sea people. You can probably see it in Natiri and Jake's tribe, when you can also see some Native American influence, but not this tribe. But yeah, these people, they're based off Maori, whatever people. And mind you, all of James Cameron's all of his inspiration in this movie, it's like multiple different inspirations. Like most of these people in this are Native American, Black, Maori. Like there's a bunch of different cultures in one anyways. So yeah, there's multiple different cultures. But calling this digital blackface, this ain't digital blackface. These are fucking blue people. I don't look like this blue motherfucker right here. This person right here probably looks like him. But me, nah, this motherfucker blue. This is the closest you're gonna get to someone that looks like this motherfucker right here. He was an ugly motherfucker too. He had no eyebrows, big ass fucking forehead. Jake has some European influence, obviously. Not true. You can tell the hair, they were based on black culture. Yeah, I mean, that's what I say. They're based off James Cameron. He clearly didn't pick just one culture. Like I can see in Jake's tribe, I can see African influence, Native American influence, so many different influences in all these different tribes. And I guess he just played it safe. That's the safest way you can play it. Like I said, I don't care if James Cameron takes inspiration. Everybody takes inspiration from fiction. Everybody who does something fictional takes inspiration. It just matters. All that matters is how you handle it. Because Black Panther, Wakanda, it's a fictional African country based off real African history, real shit. So as long as you handle it and portray it correctly, and in a respectful way, it's fine. But Avatar, no, I wouldn't say it's racist. Now, I will take it from a different angle. And this is my issue with Avatar. The first one, take out the white savior trope. Like, take out the white savior thing. If you had a black person, Asian person, Native American person in Jake's role, let's say if Jake wasn't white, let's say Jake was black or Asian, My issue with Jake's character would still be the same, because this is my issue with Jake's character. Jake's character is a human, totally different species. He's working with his species that is trying to survive and steal these materials from this other species here. You know, this is when we're out of race. We're like talking different species. Jake is working with what's up, Chill? Jake is working with his military to, and he only had 3 months to try and get the Na'vi away from their tree, which was dumb. I don't know why they would have thought Jake in 3 months was going to tell the Na'vi, hey, leave your tree. But whatever. They thought that plan was going to work. My issue is this foreign entity came into your tribe, snuck in there, pretended to be nice and wanted to come learn. He got your religious sanctuary destroyed, your tree, and he shows up on a giant pterodactyl, and you guys are like, oh, praise him, oh, our hero Taruk Maktul. Now, I like the movie, but my issue isn't, take out the white savior stuff. That's weird. I am not going to be praising this human for coming in here, destroying my culture the way he did. Now, granted, Jake did make up for it. He did help the Na'vi, and they went and they took back, they pushed humans away. He did earn their respect back. But come on, this motherfucker got your daddy killed, your tree. Oh, come on.
Like, and who's to say that it wasn't all a scam? It was all performative. Listen, we're gonna have a guy infiltrate. We'll make it seem like he beat us. We'll even leave the country or the planet just so they can really believe that he's the right guy. Then when it comes to the final battle, after he's assembled all of the tribes and clans, he will sabotage them to where we win the war immediately. Yeah, it's gonna cost us some lives, but it's sure victory. Does this count as representation? Says that yellow spider guy. Can I answer that one?
Yeah,
no,
you can.
It doesn't. They're completely blue people.
Yeah.
Everything Kata was saying, like, how much ownership do black people, James Cameron, not have? How much ownership does James Cameron not allowed to use people with hairstyles that match black people? You know? Anzo, you got a link. Did Anzo didn't get no link?
Well, I figured Anzo was at work and shit.
You know what? You're right, because in a group chat, everyone, we're going to air out the laundry. Anzo's like, sorry, bro, I can't be joining those. I'm always at work. And I'm like, all right.
So, I mean, he did join for a moment last time when he was at work.
Oh, he joins at work.
I don't think this is representation, because
it's blue people. It's another planet.
I don't look like these blue people. You know, like, I don't identify as a blue person. William. I can relate to these individuals in the story, even though I don't look like them. I don't care if they don't represent me or not. Like, I can care less. When I went into Avatar, I do not care about the people of Pandora representing me. I'm just here to see some aliens on a different planet coexist with these other people. And there's this whole thing about, taking your essence and putting it into another body and transforming into something else. Because what did interest me about Avatar 1 was the new freedom Jake received when he was on Pandora. Because when he was on Earth, he felt useless. He didn't have his legs and stuff. He just felt useless. He was ready to give it up until he got this new opportunity to go to this world. And when you gave him back his legs and stuff, his whole demeanor changed when he was on Pandora. Like, once he first steps into the Avatar body compared to before he gets into it, totally different demeanor. He's happy. Honestly, people that have disabilities, I can see this, but I can see Avatar as a representation for them. People with disabilities. Because Jake Sully himself is a character with a disability, stepping into this new role and doing some great stuff.
And I can see people being offended. You're supposed to tell me that I'm better.
I can see people that might be offended by it too.
They're
I
like,
can.
show me the hero who's in the wheelchair kicking butt. Don't tell me he's better off when he's not in the wheelchair. I
Right.
want you to highlight and glorify these enabled people. What if there's like something downhill and people are really tired? The guy's like, don't worry, I got wheels. Come on with me and I'll carry you. And he'll be a helpful person who would save everyone energy because he's got wheelchairs and then the slope will incline his speed and everyone will be happy the wheelchair guy is there. That would be good representation. Here they tell you, nah, he's not going to live with the wheelchair. He's going to have his 2 legs back. We don't have that benefit in our real life. This fantasy insults us.
Yeah. As far as well, I'll bring up my
You're
thing
like,
about
yeah.
Spider
You're like,
because
yeah, exactly.
I got some beef with Spider. Spider
But that's
having
what happens though. That when people, whether
so
you're white or black,
Spider have like white people having dreads don't bother me, but Spider having dreads, I can see why, because if you look at the movie, he's literally he wants to be more Navi. Hear me out. He's going to somehow you know their son that died at the end?
yeah.
Spider's gonna get that body. Hear me out. Hear me out, guys. Wild theory. Spider's gonna get that body.
She's got the hookup where she can connect to the planet and she loves Spider. So that daughter, that we don't know who her dad
He's
is.
gonna become a Navi at there's 3 more movies playing after this. Spider's gonna become a Navi. I don't know how, but he is going to become a Navi. Now, my beef with Spider. I didn't dislike Spider. He didn't annoy me. I'm kind of okay with the screen time he got. I feel like if I got more, I would have probably disliked him. But my beef with Spider was that shit he did at the end of the freaking movie. Fuck you, Spider. Why'd you have to save your punk ass daddy? Oh, and this the other shit. Why didn't he die underwater? You know how long he was underwater?
Yeah, exactly.
I was
That's
like, you're still alive?
Mhm.
You was at least under for more than 5 minutes because
I guess it doesn't work the same way.
we seen when he got saved by the what's those giant whales names? The
Torka?
Toko something.
Tucan? Mhm.
Toucan. He got saved by the whale, Jake's son. But he got saved by a whale. He didn't drown or just miraculously end up on land. I'm like, I'm not mad that he's alive. I'm just like, how? And then Spider, why'd you save him? Fuck you, Spider. He's not your daddy. He just has memories of your father literally injected into another body. It's not even your original father's body. It's just his memories. God.
Do you know how hard it is for white people to grow dreads? Again, it's a question of like the ownership of dreads and the unownership of the unauthorization that James Cameron has to use dreads. I get if you're making a fiction about characters, you want to make everyone look as different as possible. So you have white characters in this franchise. How does Spider look differently? For one, he's younger, but to really separate him, his hair has got to match the Navi, and his hair has got to be way off than the new white characters you'll introduce in the second, the third, the fourth. Make your characters look as different as possible. And I don't think that hair is restricted to a type of people or the usage of it is restricted. So I disagree with. Wait, I don't disagree because you're just saying how you feel. Because all Onzo said was about how Vikings they didn't have dreads. Dreads is a Jamaican culture thing. The biggest problem that I had was with the hair. I'm just looking at it like I don't. I mean, I see things differently. It's all good. William says his heritage would let him die like that. What do you mean his heritage?
He got all those people killed for some of that ponytail. You talking about Jake?
What does ponytail mean? Is that slang for?
Well, when they mate through the
Oh.
ponytail. I mean,
Which son died? Nateum or Lolok?
Loak. No, Loak. Oh, that Natam kid. You want to know at one part I did laugh in the movie where I was like, dang, I kind of do agree with Jake. What he told his son, you did enough. Please stop. And he wanted to go save his kids. That was a dope action sequence too on the boat. But when he told him, that's enough. You're done. You're done for the day. Deuces.
I don't care that they have dreads. What I'm saying is, I can understand when they say it's taking from black culture.
Yeah.
It is.
Like I said, I can understand it.
Well, not culture, but black nature. Like it's nature to have hair of that kind. I don't think the culture. Could you say culture? Yeah.
I mean,
The
it's more of
action
a.
of. What?
Well, I mean, some people are born with the ability to obtain dreads, mainly us. But for other people, they got to go through a more unnatural means to do so. Hair extensions, all that nonsense.
There's franchises where I look for representation, and this isn't one of them. This is about blue people up in space. What if you want to cast Zoe Saldana and hold it down for Afro Latinas? Whoop-de-doo. I guess that's where we'll get the representation on the behind the scenes side of things. And I would hope that it's a very mixed ethnic, multicultural casting and behind the scenes staff. But like everyone on screen's blue. I'm just not looking for it here. It's not even
Yeah,
the same rules.
and see, that's why I said earlier. What I see what James Cameron is doing is that he's taking a lot of inspiration from so many different cultures. That's why when I look at Jake's tribe, I see Native American influence, some African influence. Like I can see so many different influences all in one. I guarantee you, whatever next tribe we see, we may see some Asian influence in the next tribe, or some Viking influence or European type of influence. But I think they're going to go for more what he's going for, because most of these tribes in Pandora, none of them are like technologically advanced or more advanced than the other. I think he's going to go for most cultures that had a more traditional type of lifestyle and not really much of a advanced culture. So
There's sea people, there's forest people. What's the next terrain? Desert people? What's the next mountain people? Where will they go? Who's going to be offended next?
desert or mountains. We haven't been to the deserts of Pandora. I don't want to go to no deserts.
I don't want to go to the sea because it's all one. It's all the same thing.
Yeah, and didn't the same isn't this the same guy the leader of the water tribe? Wasn't he in the first movie?
No, I don't remember him or people with light blue
I
like that.
swear I remember Jake going to the sea tribes in that movie. I'm gonna go back and watch it again today and see. But I remember Jake going to like the sea tribes and stuff. Because the only reason he got in was because he was Turuk Makto. Turuk Makto. But yeah, guys, I mean, I don't have much more opinions on this topic considering Avatar. But like I say, this is a totally different case if these was actual real people. Like this was a story about real people that look like real people, not people that look alien or whatever. You know, if this was a story about real people, I would agree with the person who said this is digital blackface, but no, this is not blackface. These are fictional cat alien creatures. That's when it's totally different thing. Even characters that, let's say if it's a sci-fi about a species of black people on a different planet, but they look like us. Yes, there are aliens, but they look like us, so they look like actual real people. So it's like you got to handle them different from people that are actual aliens. That's why if you notice,
You know what? Yeah, because you wouldn't want the stereotypical stuff that you have in regular films that happen on regular Earth, which is like no science fiction. But if you did have a science fiction and it was like a planet that was basically Wakanda, you would still want them to be like, there's certain things I don't want to see. I don't want to see gang.
I would still want them to be handled with a certain type of care and stuff,
Have both
especially if it
parents.
like looks like us. Like if it's just an alien of like green people with pointy heads that go like this and stuff, I can't really argue how they should be because there's a new they're green people with freaking cone heads. Who am I to say how they should act? But if you are handling uh actual real looking people in a fictional story, you got to handle them with a little bit more care because these are actual real people you are using.
No angry black woman. I don't care what planet you're on. I don't care how whatever differences there is in the lore or the history. If they look like regular human people, then there's just tropes you got to stay away from. The broken family is one of them, and I guess you got to have people in positions of power like doctors or whatever the equivalent would be. Don't show that they're just jobless or and the negative stuff that I don't even need to reinforce.
Right. Like, if we, when we finally someday get our black sci-fi Star Wars type of, content for us, I don't want to see no stereotypes. Like, I want to see all the things we should be seeing. Yeah, still have it be realistic and stuff to an extent, still grounded to an extent to where we can relate, but nah, I want shit to be a total fantasy of what we can get. So I want to see what we can have. And then we
Shout
work
to
for it.
HG Squeezy for getting that done, getting black comic books.
Shout out Squeezy. But yeah, I mean that's really all I got to say about Avatar. The way maybe at some point, guys, I might try to drop my review or do a spoiler stream at some point for Avatar: Way of Water. But at the moment, right now, just wanted to talk about this, give you guys my little opinion. What else did I want to mention about Avatar: The Way of Water? I already said what I said about the VFX. After watching Avatar, I don't want no excuses from any movie ever again about CGI. I'm about to be hard on everybody CGI. I don't care. Even if it's a little CGI, like CGI in moments. If it looks bad, I'm going to trash it. I'm going to destroy it. If I see any bad CGI, I'm going to be hard on it now. I'm sorry. I have to. I have to. Even CG heavy, even movies that aren't CG heavy, you should not have any bad CGI. You shouldn't.
Reed Williams live chat. The fifth Avatar will see Jake taming the savage inner city tribe who lack father figures in their lives. Then I'll be mad at James Cameron, sure.
The savage inner city tribe.
I'm gonna say all these coincidences add up, James.
Well, he said at some point. Okay, he said at some point he wants to go head to Earth. So it looks like Jake and him are going to do space travel and go to Earth at some point.
Why would he give that away? That's such a plot point, you know?
Yeah. He said, I don't know why he said that, but it does seem like he's going to get these out in a timely manner now. So because what Avatar the Seed Bearer that comes out 2024,
2 years,
2 years, 2024. I'm excited to see it. I can say this. I'm excited to see. After watching this movie, I do want to see more Avatar films. I don't want to see like 7, 8, or 9. A good amount. But I'm excited to see more.
You know what? And as a Star Wars fan, remember how they were doing Christmas releases for Star Wars? Good. Disney, because they own Avatar also. Lucky bastards. Marvel did Star Wars and Disney and Avatar. All right, but look, because they're doing the Christmas ones, boom, we're not gonna have Star Wars movies at Christmas, which means there's never a release date that you gotta have. You can delay production of your new Star Wars by a couple months. Like let's say we don't get it in July, we get it in August. That's fine. It's still the summer. We still get that box office. Or instead of May, you get it to June. That's good. You'll never have to rush something. You can think things through, and that will have a rollover effect in another franchise just because Disney owns both.
Yeah. And you know what? Let Avatar have now because the way Avatar's looking, they're already past 8. Let me just make sure. Could have updated, but they are literally past 850 million right now. So this movie's doing good. The rumored budget is over 300 million for this film, so this movie will have to make a lot more than most movies. But let me see. Avatar: Way of Water box office.
Are the Christmas numbers in? Because that's the biggest, highest grossing day of the movies ever. Every single year is the record. It's basically an extra weekend all in one day.
The box office result is wow. And majority of its money is coming from international. So let's make that clear. The people overseas love this movie. Not saying people domestic don't care. I mean, you got some people that do care, but majority of the viewers that love the Avatar franchise are from international. And look how much it has made so far. And it only been out for what, 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Make the screen bigger though. It says 889.
889 million.
I like it. What does China have? Scroll down to China, see what they're saying, because they're like the second biggest market. They get their own category.
China. Opening 56 million, gross 56 million. Release date December 16th.
Okay. I'm not sure why it doesn't include the Monday numbers or any of the other numbers. Maybe take some time for that to be counted. Anyways, look, China's killing it. 56 million. No other country's doing that. The domestic is the next up.
Domestic and
135.
gross 287 million. So yeah, I mean, I expected the overseas people to help this movie a lot. People overseas love it. Hey, you may not have that
More than
audience.
More than Wakanda Forever, because Wakanda Forever had a domestic of like 53%. I guess the international audience, I don't know what it is about that movie, but they don't seem to show up for Wakanda Forever. I wonder why.
Hey, superhero fatigue setting in. Now,
That's what it is.
I just think, you know what, and people brought it up. Honestly, I'm kind of glad a new science fiction franchise or a new franchise in general is getting some love. Something new is coming because Avatar, in a sense, is something original. It's something new. Yeah, it has a lot of inspiration from different cultures, different stuff, but it's something original. It's a new franchise, right? It's a new franchise, and now James Cameron is fully taking advantage of it and doing something more. Hopefully, he doesn't milk it like Fast and Furious, but I think James Cameron is smart enough to not milk it like Fast and Furious and put out bad movies. I kind of trust the guy. Yeah, he can be douchey at times. He could talk a lot of shit. Aquaman did it first, James Cameron. Just remember that Aquaman did it first.
Yeah, James Cameron's too old. Like he's gonna have to wrap up the story, or he'll die before that happens. With
Yeah, he needs to
Fast
wrap
and
it up.
Furious,
He
he's
needs to.
old. He's in his 70s. I just looked at his age. I'm like, whoa. So it's a good thing all these movies are filmed already. Like, if the worst happens, which we don't wish for, and we want James to live,
They can release him.
yeah.
Well, okay, so he's pretty much finished with 3. 4 is already in production, and 5 is the last one. Is there a 6?
I remember hearing 5 is the last one too.
Okay, so 5 he has not filmed yet at all. More than likely, he's already filming 4 because he filmed 2 and 3 back to back pretty much. So at this point, we're just waiting on 4 to get filmed. Hopefully, nothing happens. And by the time 5 comes out, we should be good. James will have his longest running franchise complete. One last question before we do hit outro. One last question. So I put out a video about Grace's daughter, talking about
Kiri?
Kiri, talking about why she was pregnant and stuff. Do you think Awa is her mother? Well, her mother too. Or he.
Yeah.
We don't know if Awa is a man or woman yet. They refer to Awa as a woman. So I'm assuming Awa is Kiri's mother too.
Probably.
Oh shoot. Kiri is Jesus, guys. Oh no.
Kiri's Anakin Skywalker, born of the
She's
Metachlorians.
the Anakin Skywalker. Or she's the Anakin or the Jesus of this franchise. She's going to be, oh my gosh, the seed bearer. It's been brought in front of. She's the seed bearer, guys. It's been brought of our. It's been in front of our faces this whole time. She's the seed bearer. She's about to bring the Navi to the promised land. All that stuff.
I wish that was true. I like titles that have a double meaning.
I think she is that seed bearer. It makes sense. Like she's the child of Awa. yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, guys. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm tapped out of all my opinions on this Avatar related topic. Just want to do this quick stream.
We're gonna do burning questions Avatar one day, a month from now, after everyone's seen it, and when Brywood doesn't have to ask me about the names of certain characters. I think his name was Norm, actually, the guy you're asking about, Bry. Norm was the human who also had a blue avatar. So I'm gonna do a stream, guys. Check it out. 33 burning Avatar questions one day.
Oh no, she didn't have sex with that dude. I know he was probably gonna ask follow, Bry. She did not have sex with that. If she did have any sexual relations with anybody, if she did, they didn't
She's
show
the type
it.
to wear protection.
It is kind of random because if you look at the movie, there was no hints in the first movie of Grace having any type of relationship, sexual with anybody. She just wanted to be a part of the people. Maybe someone did get her pregnant before the body did end up getting cut off from her. But I don't think she had an actual sex with anybody. I think Awa put that baby inside of her. That's what I think. But yeah, you guys may see me on Chillmonger's 30 Burning Questions this upcoming Saturday. I will be on vacation. I can't guarantee if I can hop into the stream. If I do, I'll let you know. I'll pop up. If I don't, I'll be watching from chat.
It's all good. Thank you.
But yeah, guys, I will see you all later this week. By the time Friday comes, I'll be on vacation until Tuesday. And after that, content will be returning. Thank y'all for watching. Goes for that peace, love, positivity, all that jazz. Don't do drugs, like I always say. Deuces.
What did you do? What did you do?